Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that we link with a January transfer move to Arsenal. We're over here in Girona in Spain ahead of the big game. Arsenal playing Girona. Girona, by the way, Manchester City sort of a second team here in Spain. Looking forward to the game. And good news yesterday, we found out that the Myles Lewis-Skelly red card has been rescinded. Common sense has prevailed after all these days of back and forth. Under an appeal, Myles Lewis-Skelly is free to play now in the Premier League. Won't miss that game against Manchester City. And that's good news for the youngster. Bigger questions on the referees, but that's for another day. We're here to talk about transfers today. And you know what? Funny enough, as we are here now in the last week of the transfer season for January, that sort of big fury that took place around the whole red card incident against the game against Wolves has kind of taken away from the transfer window. You know what I mean? We've all been talking about the referee and was it a red card, wasn't it? That's done and dusted now. The focus now goes back on the transfer window. Will Arsenal get a striker or a forward player in before the end of the January transfer window? It is needed badly. Even tonight in a game where really and truly Arsenal should be resting quite a lot of players, there's not a lot of players up front that Arsenal can rest because they're so light there with Jesus being out and Saka being out. So we've got to go into the market and there's nothing to deflect it now. The pressure is on the board at Arsenal and Mikel Arteta to get a signing over the line before the end of the January transfer window. Now here is one to watch. Mateo Retegui of Atalanta, right? This name emerged yesterday as a very serious contender for Arsenal to sign. Some information passed to us that, listen, you get a lot of information passed to you at this time of year, but been told to take this one very seriously. Retegui's been having a great season for Atalanta. He's Argentinian, but can actually play for Italy and does play for Italy. He qualifies to play for Italy, even though he's Argentinian. He only just joined Atalanta last year, but he's been having an absolutely incredible season. 19 goals in 29 appearances, including 16 in Serie A in just 20 games. He really is the hot striker in Italian football at the moment. In fact, the top goal scorer in Italian football. And big rumours going around that Arsenal could make a move for him before the end of the January transfer window, valued at around about £35 million. Atalanta will want more for him. As I said, since joining from Genoa, he's really been on fire and has been an integral part of their good season so far. So they won't want to lose him, but he could be available and he could be a player that Arsenal move for before the end of the January transfer window. So definitely one to watch. Dušan Vlahović, who's been spoken about right throughout the transfer window, is another one of the Italian strikers that Arsenal apparently still looking at. Gazzetta dello Sport, the very famous football publication over there in Italy, they claim that Juventus are willing to let him go this January transfer window. Now, Randall Kolo Muani has come in on loan from PSG and immediately came straight into the team and started their last game and scored. So, if you're Vlahović, that's not good news for you. Immediately down the pecking order. The manager, Thiago Motta, was asked about, who starts the next game, and he just basically said, whoever's I think is the best one will start. Vlahović under pressure here. He hasn't signed a new deal with Juventus. His contract is up in 2026. When you start to get down to the last 18 months, clubs want you to sign a contract, or they start to get into a situation where a player can be in his last year and could walk away for nothing. It's the same situation we've seen this year at Liverpool with Salah, with Van Dijk, with Trent Alexander-Arnold. That is why clubs want to get those deals signed up 18 months before. He hasn't signed a new deal. They haven't been able to negotiate a new deal. and Juventus are willing to sell him this January transfer window. We know that Arsenal have been long-time admirers of Vlahović, but will they move for him this January transfer window? And have they moved on from Vlahović? It's going to be interesting to track this one as well, right up until the 3rd of February when the January transfer window closes. Now, this is a really interesting one. This one emerged yesterday as well. The journalist Graham Bailey saying that Arsenal are interested in Moise Kean of Fiorentina. Remember him? He played for Everton, came in with a real massive reputation, very, very young. I think he was probably about 19 them times. Played for Everton around about 2021. Didn't go well for him at all. Flopped really at Everton. They sent him out on loan. Then I think he went to loan to Juventus, and now he's ended up at Fiorentina. But at Fiorentina this season, he's having a very good time of it. 12 goals in 20 games, and is sparking a lot of interest around Europe. Valued at around about £30 million, could even be more. Still only 24, Moise Kean. Could he be set for a return to the Premier League with Arsenal? I see this one as a bit doubtful, if I'm being honest. But the journalist Graham Bailey yesterday linking him with a possible move to Arsenal. Jonathan David is still another name that's out there that is getting close links with Arsenal. The Daily Mail claiming that Arsenal's still interested in him. This is a strange one with Jonathan David because his contract is up in the summer. You would have thought that Lille would just let him go now and try and cash in on him. They don't really want to sell him because he's the source of a lot of their goals. 11 goals this season in 18 games in Liga, and he is going to be leaving in the summer. He has not signed a new contract at Lille, and definitely going to be walking away. But could Arsenal move for him this January transfer window? A player with a great goal-scoring reputation right throughout his career at Lille. It's really strange with a lot of players now. Some of them are like, you know what, I'd rather wait until the summer, my contract runs out, then I can do the negotiating. Not Lille, me. I leave Lille, I can get a big signing on fee for whichever club I choose to join and negotiate some good wages. So it is beneficial sometimes for these players to wait it out and go to the club of their choice, unless a huge offer comes in. And when I say a huge offer, you know, something like a 15, 20 million pounds from Arsenal could probably get a Jonathan David away from Lille. But again, let's see how this one plays out. Let's even, would Lille take that, or would they just say, no, it's more advantageous for us to keep him and try and get into the Champions League for next season? And then there's Mathys Tel of Bayern Munich. Fabrizio Romano putting it out there yesterday that he's decided to leave Bayern Munich, not getting any game time there, has really been struggling, and he's decided that he's open to leaving Bayern Munich this January transfer window. A really exciting young player, plays predominantly out on the left wing, but can play on the other wing as well. You know, French under-21 player, and has obviously been sparking a lot of interest from teams. Chelsea are said to be one of those teams that are really interested in selling him. But Fabrizio Romano states that there are other Premier League clubs showing a lot of interest in Mathys Tel. Is one of those Arsenal? And if not, should one of those be Arsenal? It's going to be interesting to see. But Mathys Tel definitely looking like he could be on his way before the end of the January transfer window. The other thing is as well, will this be a straight sale, or will this be more of a deal that is done with a loan, with an option or something like that? That's going to be an interesting one to see. But certainly some names out there. Who are Arsenal going to bring in? As I said, the focus is back on the transfers now. Will Arsenal get one of these over the line? They have to surely bring in someone before the end of the January transfer window. And once again, just remind everybody, the 3rd of February is when that January transfer window closes. So Arsenal can't afford to mess around. It's not very far away, and we'll be bringing you up to date with everything. One for your diary to look out for tomorrow. Transfer Daily tomorrow is going to be a special live edition. It's going to be at 7 p.m. UK time, all right? So 7 p.m. UK time. We're going to be doing a special live edition of Transfer Daily. Excuse me. Make sure you join me for that live. The links will be out early during the day and you'll be able to click on and join me live because I want to hear from as many of you as possible who you think Arsenal should sign before the end of the January transfer window. You may even have heard a rumour. You know, just get involved with me. It's going to be a fully interactive version of Transfer Daily happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. here on AFTV. Thanks for watching the show and I'll see you tomorrow.